Hello, my name is Arlene Nagtalon. For my final creative project, I made an altered puzzle art piece titled Piece by Piece, depicting the life of Dr. Amy Bintliff, one of my faculty advisors who is an associate professor in the Education Studies Department at UCSD and the Partners at Learning, or PAL, director, which is a program that encourages undergraduate students to tutor and mentor K-12 students in underserved San Diego communities. She has compartment syndrome in both of her legs, which is a very rare and painful condition that increases pressure in her leg muscles, restricting blood flow. She developed this condition at the age of 12 in just one of her legs, but now in her late 40s, she has it in both. Currently, she walks around using a cane, but for every step she takes, she experiences excruciating, burning, fiery pain that makes it difficult for her to walk. This video will show my creative process through pictures and hyperlapse videos I took while making this piece. I began this project by purchasing a 24-piece Disney puzzle from the Dollar Tree, then painting over it in white acrylic paint as a base. From there, I numbered each piece on the back in pencil to keep track of where the pieces are and how each piece fits together because it's difficult to remember where the pieces go without the image. I used box cutters to cut a white poster board to make the frame, then did the same thing to create a stand on the back and taped that as well. I took a black poster and taped it to a white poster board so that the colors from the puzzle pieces stand out more. Afterwards, I took adhesive putty to stick the pieces on the board so that it could also be easily removed. Before painting, I drew on each piece with pencil to have an idea of what images and symbols would fit best without making them look too distorted. These 5 were my most difficult pieces to paint: the origami crane, meditation symbol, wedding, theater masks, and clouded thoughts. From there, I focused on painting the outside color first, then doing the image. But in hindsight, it would have been better to paint one solid base, color coat, before painting on the picture. Some puzzle pieces have a rough texture while others are smoother after I realized this would have been a better technique to use. But at the same time, I tried not to be so hard on myself so I could capture the childhood creativity I was doing my best to portray. Once all the painting was done, I stuck them back on the board using the putty, but I decided to leave some of the pieces missing. But rather than leaving them out completely, I traced the areas where they should be in pencil and colored them in with pencil too. From afar, you wouldn't be able to tell that there were anything in those missing spaces, except for the silhouettes of the missing pieces when you look at my project up close. I took tacks to outline the heart that the puzzle pieces put together should make, then took a red string to loop them around the tacks to form that heart. I wrote in metallic colored pencil, "You don't know me until you know what pieces are missing," to symbolize all of these factors in Dr. Bintliff's life that may or may not be as evident from the naked eye. While she missed out on a lot because of her compartment syndrome, like being forced to retire from her early basketball career as a student athlete, she found a new passion fighting for disability rights and teaching as a disabled educator in higher education. Finally, I wrote down notable quotes from my interview with Dr. Bintliff, especially those on her sentiments wanting more accessible healthcare to people like herself who come from rural areas, and the closest hospital to her was 14 hours away. Overall, I found this project to be cathartic because not only was I able to represent Dr. Bintliff's life in a way that respects her story, but I don't often have the time to take creative risks like this. I'm grateful this project could serve both purposes as I grew a lot and learned more about my own creative capabilities throughout this process. Thanks for watching, and thanks to my peers, Morgan and Dr. Varma, for this amazing class.